was telling me was that, you know, I thought I knew something until I got here, and then I realized I didn't know too much. And that happens to all of us. That's the natural progression of the cook, and I think it's that humility. And that's another trait that we look for. Is, you know, look at Lee. He's got confidence, but also there's the humility that comes with it. And through this process of learning, process of education, unless you have the humility to want to learn and to accept that you don't know it all, you really won't. You won't absorb as much as you're capable of.
Yeah, you won't grow as much. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you have to have that humility and that desire, that, you know, intense desire to learn. You know, one thing that's really impressed me about him too is that he did not take the academic part of it lightly, which is really great. You know, he was on his final. He did a 92.
Because that's what you said you were most worried about.
And he had his flashcards out every day, and he was like doing that and like learning the terminology. And you know, I've opened up a whole new world to him of wine that he the only education. Well, he had no experience with wine at all, and so it took him from like zero to really kind of understanding each one of the regions and, you know, breaking it down and other stuff, varietals and stuff like that. I mean, these are pieces of education that you don't realize now are going to help you in the long term, you know, as you start rising up the ranks. But also, it's opened up a Pandora's box of understanding of culture and everything else, which I think is really good. How do you think? Have you had a chance to communicate with Donnie Davis at all, or talk to him, Donovan, the first student that we had here, and maybe
keep up with Donovan? But you know, and Donovan's doing well. He went right back to the job that he had, and he's excelling there. What I'd like to see, and you know, that's the thing about this. There is no one path for a chef.
Yeah.
There's not one type of chef. There's, you know, the great thing is the diversity in this entire industry. In the culinary field is so broad, and it continues to broaden each and every day. And so we have, you know, casual service, fast casual service. We have, you know, this service and that service, the formal services that we're used to. And I think that he's found his niche, and he likes that kind of fast casual aspect, and so he's still on that path, and he enjoys it, and I respect that he's paying his dues. One thing about chefs these days, we tend to bounce around too much without putting a couple of years into a place and really mastering your craft. And what Donovan's doing now is really focus on mastering his craft.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a recurring theme. That's a theme I'll be bringing up today during graduation. Actually, you know, pay your dues, spend the time to develop that, as opposed to, that's true. A lot of people do bounce around a lot more now than I think they did when in my generation.
That's why I'm kind of glad that I started cooking before I came to school, so I can at least have like some knowledge of what was going on instead of just coming all the way clueless.
Yeah.
So that's.
And I think knowing what you're going to get into, Lee, is really important too, where you understand the importance of what you're learning now that you've already been into the industry and subjected to it. You understand what you need to know, and having that foundation, I think, and I'll keep going back to that, I think just having that foundation is the key. Whether it's 2 spoons or quenelles, you know how to do it, and you know what it's all about, you know.
As far as the accelerated program goes, Leon, how do you feel like this time period, you know, and trying to concentrate all of that in that time period, is that beneficial? Do you wish this was a longer program, or do you feel like you really have a good jump start now to kind of like, you know, to jump into the rest of your career?
Both. I think this is a good program to come in, you know, to learn in this fast 3 months accelerated program, but honestly, I still want to learn a little bit more, and all the fun I had in the class where we was learning all type of new things, I think it would have been a little better if it would have been a little longer.
Yeah.
I can learn some more, but I learned a lot these 3 months though.
Yeah. I mean, are you excited to come back to your position at Boring and be able to talk to people about what you got out of it and what you learned?
I don't know. I'm going to try to recruit him to August.
It's okay there.
I always had kind of like a leadership role. I always trying to help the next person.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone do good. You know, I just want to have one person who everybody look up to in a job. I just want to see everybody do good. So I'm just can't wait to get back and just show them all the things I didn't learn and show them all my new skills and all the new different type of dishes that I learned out here.